Fortunately, these kinds of problems are the exception. They are not the rule in the union construction industry. We've made great strides in recent years with our codes of excellence and our accountability programs, which help our members understand how their on-the-job attitudes, demeanors, and performance can and do affect their long-term job opportunities and the job opportunities of fellow members in the U.S. and Canada. In fact, that is much of what we're saying when we say that the building trades brings value on display every day. You and I, all of us, are leading the union construction industry back to a place of prominence. And we are seeking friends, allies, and partners, regardless of political affiliation. Friends who believe that a race to the bottom mentality like that of the Associated Building Contractors, the ABC, and the Christian Labor Association of Canada, CLAC, is not in the long-term interest of our two great nations. What our new value proposition suggests to owners and contractors, as well as elected officials and policymakers, is that the union construction industry offers unmatched efficiencies, innovations, and solutions. And in exchange for that value proposition, we simply ask that owners, contractors, and public officials respect and protect our right to safe job sites. Respect and protect our right to family-sustaining wages and benefits, and reject a low-road approach promoted and defended by the ABC, CLAC, and their political allies. Their approach results in low-quality outcomes, coupled with increased social costs to communities throughout our two nations. It is imperative that we help our communities understand the differences between our model and that of the open shop. You know, on another note, our project labor agreements serve as models for our value display, on display every day commitment. When you look at the success stories of PLAs by major private sector corporations, whether it's the fact that every one of Toyota's many manufacturing plants have been built under PLAs negotiated by the department, or the fact that we have had billions of man-hours of maintenance work under the national PLAs, the General President's Project Maintenance Agreement, and the National Maintenance Agreement, or the fact that even Walmart is now using PLAs in some parts of the United States. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn. PLAs work, brothers and sisters. So now we must ask, what does the future hold for this great union and all of North America's building trade unions? And the answer to that question depends in large part on the extent to which all of you in this room work with your union to affect the changes that our industry needs and our two nations need. The values we share as Americans and Canadians are not necessarily the values of any political party, but instead are derived from the hearts and souls of our members and from the proud legacy that we have inherited. Ladies and gentlemen, Most of us were taught to believe that increases in productivity were usually accompanied by increases in wages and in our standard of living. But today there seems to be a little correlation between the two. Friends, this isn't an anomaly. It's actually by calculated design. Nevertheless, our unions, we're making inroads. We will continue our aggressive actions in challenging the low-road construction model, and we will tell that story to lawmakers of all political persuasions, whenever the opportunity presents itself. Further, we will continue to invite these lawmakers to discover these stories on their own by visiting one of our apprenticeship training facilities to see what $1 billion annually in private funds can do to develop a skilled workforce for the future. And note that I use the term story when I describe our efforts to frame not only the issues of PLAs, but also the union construction business model. Because there's an old saying that goes like this: tell me a fact and I'll learn. Tell me a truth and I'll believe. But tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever. The most common problem that has beset our unions for many years has been the inability to describe who we are and what we believe in, while doing so in a simple yet compelling manner. And to that end, the Building and Construction Trades Department is using all available communication tools. Our website, www.bct.org, should continue to serve as a resource for all of our members to gather the most recent information on and news about the construction industry. There you will find feature stories that exemplify our value on display every day mantra that you can share with potential customers and opinion leaders. I encourage you to go there and use this resource. We have also launched a blog called We Party Patriots at wepartypatriots.com. It's an additional resource for daily information on issues affecting the building trades and all working people, as we attempt to counter the constant spin and misinformation put forth by those who seek our demise. And just like our affiliated national and international unions, we are investing time and resources in channeling an unfiltered version of our value on display every day, not only through traditional outlets, but also with regular updates to state and local building trades councils. We've also moved into the space of social media outlets like Facebook and Twitter so that we can organize to tell our story to a much broader audience in real time like never before. Now, in the end, our quest will be to continually move forward with that compelling narrative so that it resonates widely across North America. You know, brothers and sisters, we are the picture of North America's middle class. And we are true patriots of the U.S. and Canada. We're tough, rough, family men and women that represents the best fabric of our countries. We're proud. We're proud Americans and Canadians. And when the going gets tough, we are one nation without borders. That's who we are, and that's who we want to be, and we are damn proud of it. You know, we can take a punch or two, and we can deliver the same. We've been beat before, but never, never, never have we been beaten. And that, my friends, is because, like the song by Sister Sledge says, we are family. All my brothers, sisters, and me. You see, that's what makes us strong. So let's tell our story in a manner that gets people to pay attention and dispel the myths of the past. Brothers and sisters, in closing, I want to impress upon you that going into 2012, it will be necessary for each and every single one of you, along with each and every business manager and business agent of each and every building trades union, to play an active role in educating and motivating the rank and file to mobilize for political action. Why is this important? Well, if you pay attention to all the talking heads on TV, the era of high unemployment and escalating attacks on unions and collective bargaining, in their view, represents the new normal in America. According to these so-called experts, we had better get used to it. Well, I don't know about you, brothers and sisters, but I'll be damned if I'll ever get used to it, and I'll fight to the end, and I know you will too. Our voices and our participation have never been more necessary. We cannot go back, and we will not go back. As President Teddy Roosevelt once said, this country will not be a permanently good place for any of us to live in unless we make it a reasonably good place for all of us to live in. And that, brothers and sisters, that is our mission. Thank you again for inviting me to join you here today. May God bless this great union and each and every one of you.